Welcome back, ghouls and ghosts, to this year's spooky, scary flash game, technically, extravaganza of freakish frights. I say it every year. I think I get that wrong and right every time. Today, I bring you Hellscaper. This is a tile placement game where you are making cities in hell. Of course, you have to do it in so many amount of turns and make so many amount of points, or else you become a denizen of hell and not in the good way. So, you've got at least some job security. So, how do you play this game? Well, simple enough. All you need is your mouse and its left and right click. You have the board, a lovely grid of, grids, and a big old blood river smack dab in the center, or at least off-center. Your job is to fill up this board with an amount of points that you can see above. See that lovely empty bar up above us? There is a number we have to hit. We have to hit 80 points. When we do that, we move on to a new board, and you have to get a higher score. How you do that is actually really, really fun, though, and actually kind of a hidden, well, not hidden, buried lead kind of thing. So, we have our tiles on the left here. We click them to move them around. You right-click to rotate, and we figure out where they go on the board. Now, obviously, each tile has a very different effect. The houses, well, if you move your mouse, I don't think you can see it here, but if you move your mouse over a specific tile, it pops up with a little tooltip on what they do. This is a building. This does +1 point for each adjacent building. Now, keep in mind that this is a building type card. Yes, I did say card because this is also a deck building game. Oh, this puts together a lot of things I really, really like, and still some more. We also have here this ghoul, +1 for each ghoul in a pack of max 3. Bunch of different terms you're gonna have to figure out on your own. Over here, we have a lovely gargoyle. No effect. It's a darkness statue type, and it's worth 2 points. You can see in the top left-hand corner of it. Plus, this little dot is a river tile, which is probably the most important tile you will come across, because if you connect it to the big fountain of blood, you get yourself a blood river that doubles your points, anything that touches. So, you're going to be wanting to move around the board, organized thusly, placing tiles in order to get your maximum amount of points. Okay, over here, we're going to put our ghouls next to each other so they get a bunch of points. And then I want to put another blood river here, so multiplying that. Now, as you can see, at the top of the screen, a bar is filling up. That is your points in blood. Lovely currency down here in hell. We just can't get enough of it. There is a midpoint here, at least on this level, right in the center. If we, well, I will quickly try and grab it. Ooh, look at all those points, doubles. If we can quickly get ourselves over to, there we go, over that point, we get given an option. Now, we can take a new card to add to our deck. And there are actually quite a few cards with very interesting effects, and you gotta play around with them quite a bit to understand the eccentricities, as a deck builder kind of game does. The thing that I really like about this, though, on top of the tile placements, is that in order to take one of these cards, you must sacrifice one of the ones in the current deck. So, you're not necessarily building a new deck or expanding it. You are interchanging pieces here and there to maybe down the line make your score grander with the effect of sacrifice. It's got a lot of great concepts I really, really like. I'm going to sacrifice my building here. Well, technically, I don't really like either of these cards. I don't have anything that synergizes quite well yet. I mean, the campfire is good, but can be a little dangerous. And the den technically would work because of my ghouls, because it's a pack. Keywords and all. I can re-roll once, though. Okay, Cinder's a little bit better. Once it's surrounded by 3 other fires, it can turn into a Cinder Demon. That costs 7 points, which is nice. But then we also have a castle that is there. There are rarities of cards, as you can see, and you saw before. Rare and legendary-esque cards with different effects. I'm going to take this Cinders, and I'm going to swap it with my ghoul. So now I lose a ghoul, but I gain the Cinders tile. Now you can go and check your deck to see what's in the entire thing. You can go over here into your draw pile on what's left in the deck and what tiles you'll maybe randomly generate, because there's no fixed tile set up here. It's all randomly generated within the pool of cards you have. And then you have the cards that you have already used, which will reshuffle once you have lost enough cards. So back to here, we go that. We now have a Cinder. Now we need 3 in a proper touching the circle here. So placement will be key, but also you do want to consider, I mean, multiplying 7 points to 14 with a Blood River, that's really good. So if you can finagle that kind of stuff around, I would absolutely do it. But do note that if you do make a mistake, you can use your big old maw here. You click on a tile, chomp, and it gets everything that is kind of in a plus symbol adjacent to it. You do lose those points in the long term, so make sure that you're going to be able to make those points up later. And finally, the thing you really should take note on is the amount of turns remaining. If, like I said, you cannot get those 80, 100, however many points this thing gets up to, you lose. Simple as that. I love this game. It's not perfect. There is a couple things I tend to find myself either a little bit difficult, finding a difficulty on, or, well, here, okay, it's a little nitpicky at most. The game actually moves quite quickly as its pace. I'm already, 5 turns left, and I've been playing terribly, and I'm already at my 80 points. So I can easily just get myself up to, no, come here. Get myself up to my, almost didn't make it there. Make it to my 80 points. Yay! More places. Yay! So now we go and move on to the new board and whatnot. And when we hit those new markers, we will get more choices for our cards to switch out and whatnot. The thing that I have a small nitpick on is that I don't feel like I have enough, what's the word I'm thinking of? I should have it off the top of my head, but I don't. I'm a bit rusty. You should have noticeable change. I think that either there needs to be more choice in when you get new cards, or a bigger breadth of cards to choose from, because it's actually very hard to get a cohesive deck working together. Granted, this game is still being worked on very early on. I still remember when I was playing this and it had not these arts assets. I actually really thought the old art assets of kind of shittily hand-drawnness was very cute, but I digress. The game needs a little bit of work, but I absolutely recommend this game for anyone who enjoys a deck builder with some weird mechanics or just a really fun tile placement game. This is one I have been going back to over the years as I've been paying attention to it, and I absolutely recommend this game. If you want to play it, you can go in the description and go check it out yourself. My name has been Dark Arts, and the gargoyles right here will also want to... Actually, I really want to get that cinder. Oh, no, I can't because the building is blocking there. Oh, and if I use the maw, I can... Oh, I completely forgot there's a hold spot here. This doesn't count as a turn, I don't think, but you can just hold a tile set here for however long you want. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say the maw can absolutely devour your Tower of Blood. So yeah, careful with that. The maw is very hungry.